Okay, even the sun's shining, ice cream weather, good. We're going to move to agenda number 16, sorry, 18, where's that word? 16. Mr. Cutting, you can present this and you'll be able to shoot back to Taupo. This is simply just a proposed timetable, my friends, for annual plan 2013-2014. So you just want approval for your dates and what have you, so I'll hand over to you, sir.
Yes, as the Mayor just said, this is providing Council with a draft timetable for its consideration of its 2013-14 annual plan. There was also a signal from Council that it may be useful that wanted a bit further information about activities and services currently provided. So we proposed 2 workshops in November, and the purpose would be to conclude those with Council giving officers some direction and instruction to go ahead with the timetable in February. That's all.
Okay, anybody have any questions or any objections to the dates as listed? 2 of them before Christmas, both in November. Today we would adopt, and then your dates from February through to May next year.
So just one further comment, just to note that there is some slight alterations with the times that are proposed. The 6th would be 10:15 to 12, and then 12:30 to 1.
Yep.
And then the second workshop is, I believe, possibly now going to be 9 to 11, and that was dependent on an item that you'll be discussing something on your engagements.
That's because we're taking the next council meeting to Mangakino, which we'll be holding in the new marae out there, and I brought that forward till 9 and 10 in the morning because that will not be of much interest to the public. Dates of when we have meetings, then we're having another workshop about signage, what have you, Mangakino, and then the iwi, what have you, from that marae there are putting on a hangi lunch for members of the public and to celebrate their new marae and try and raise a little bit of money, and we'll be running our council meeting at 1 o'clock on the last Tuesday of November in their marae. So make sure you haven't got holes in your socks, please. So that's the reason for that. So any other objections? Otherwise I'm going to ask for a mover and a second for those times to get our annual plans done and dusted.
And I have no questions.
Move, Councillor Johnson, and seconded Councillor Heckling. All in favour? Aye. Thank you, carried. Thank you, Councillor Menhennet. Okay. So Mr. Menhennet or Mr. McLeod first, or what?
Okay.
Okay, agenda number item 17, Mr. Menhennet, Taupo District Performance Report from July to September, which is the first 3 months of this annual. Yeah.
Now, councillors, you only received the accounts probably this morning or late yesterday to 30th September. The reason for the delay was that during the long-term plan process, council got quite a bit of negative comment in the media, etc., in respect of the financial state of council. To appease that problem, we decided to go to Standard & Poor's, who are the international credit rating agency for governments, corporates and such like, and obtain a credit rating for the council. We had to wait until you adopted the audited annual report, which you did at the last council meeting, before we could finalise the credit rating with Standard & Poor's. As you realise, an organisation of that nature who gives credit ratings to governments, etc., has a fairly strict criteria, and it gives credit ratings from a AAA category down to a DDD category. Taupo District Council has been given a credit rating of AA-, which makes it the only district council in New Zealand to achieve a AA rating. The councils that do have ratings in New Zealand are mainly city and regional councils. But for example, Tauranga is A+, which is a rating below Taupo District Council. One is hopeful that by using an international agency of this nature, it will add some confidence to the ratepayers of the district, as to the financial stability, the financial strategy that's being applied to by council, and also that basically this council's in good hands. So hence the delay in producing the September accounts, because our focus has been very much on meeting the demands of the International Credit Agency.
I just want to add to that this process was quite a long and laborious process. I was involved in it myself. I think my meeting was about 3 hours. Staff put a lot of hard work into producing everything that was needed to get this result. They went through everything with a fine-tooth comb, and to come out with a AA- a credit rating is a fantastic result, and as Mr Van Hennett said, we are the only small district council in New Zealand to achieve anything like it, and I think it should be applauded, and the staff should be thanked and congratulated, because yes, a lot of negative press unnecessarily. You can't go past Standard & Poor's credit rating AA-, so well done on behalf of all the councillors, Mr Van Hennett, and please share that with your staff in all departments. Anything further, Councillor Williams?
Can I just make a comment too? The worship, I'd like to congratulate Mr Van Hennett and his team, and number one for getting this marvellous result. I think it deserves a celebration. We didn't actually have one after the long-term plan was completed because we were all so exhausted, but I think this deserves a celebration coming up to Christmas, so I hope we can do something there. And secondly, yeah, I'd just like to congratulate the staff of the Taupo District Council on the results of the annual report. I think that was quite outstanding given difficult times and all the restructuring and changes that have taken place. So.
Okay. Maybe just before I go to Councillor Henderson, just to finish off what I was saying before, because I was trying not to speak too loud, while I was very complimentary of staff, that I'd also like to point out congratulations to all elected members, because you are the ones at the end of the day that signed off the annual plans, your long-term plan, and the financial direction of the whole council. So remiss of me before to be putting all the kudos on you, Mr Van Hennett, but it is a very, very well done, and I expect to see Mr Watson that it would at least be reported in the Daily the Dom Post. I realise it's not bad news, but page 1 I will accept. Councillor Henderson.
I could get that much. Surely this will get bigger. Mayor Cooper just stole my thunder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to endorse the work staff have done and say that's great, and say, you know, seeing we have had to endure a lot of public criticism about issues related to this matter, that, you know, as press are here today, and would be hopeful that we can see some positive news reported about this matter.
And the only other thing I'd like to say just in closing, Mr Watson, if you could leave your Lagoima request till after Christmas, we've had the celebration as to how much it cost, I'd greatly appreciate it. Councillor Williams.
Question, Mr Van Hennett, will that credit rating then be applicable for our rating for the local government debentures?
Yes. What actually happens is that this was embargoed until this particular meeting. Standard & Poor's will now be given permission to make it public. We have come up with a press release. What it really means is that our future borrowing, we should be able to access funds through the LGFA and even by issuing our own debentures at 20 basis points, which is 0.2% cheaper than we would have if we didn't have a credit rating. So if you think about the size of the loan book, you know, that's $200,000 on $100 million of borrowing.
Well done, Alan.
Big party. Okay, we won't spend that much on the celebration.
Mike's spend it. Mike's thinking, what can I spend that on?
At least he smiles. Okay. So would you like to carry on through the rest of agenda item number 17, or
Do you want to have a break and carry on?
do you want to finish this agenda item?
And you can move on to the next.
Well, I was just going to mention the fact that we are looking to change the format of this report, so we've been working toward that, and hopefully next month we'll have a much more joined up report for you. which includes both the performance and the financials much more linked through here, and plus also the additional information that you've been requesting. So just a note to look out for the November report.
So, team, do you want to have a quick 10-minute break now, and then we'll finish this off?
Yes, please.
Okay, if we could just stick to 10 minutes, it'd be great. 20 past, please.
Thank you.
We'll adjourn and reconvene at 2:20, please. 3:20, please.